Hello, thank you all for tuning in. I'm Selena Marche, and this is You Plus Happy, where every other Tuesday I bring you someone who challenges us to define happiness and success on their own terms with a dose of laughter. I want to hear what you have to say. Leave a comment, subscribe, you know all the stuff. I say it every week. Just support the show. It's very, very helpful. And this week we have, all right, I got to practice the name, y'all. Alex Jean-Baptiste Jr.
Yeah.
Okay, who is an actor, writer, and producer. Welcome to the show, Alex.
Hey, woo!
Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I don't have a show without guests. They've heard everything I have to say.
Usually that's how that goes.
They've heard everything I have to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are people doing shows without guests?
Bill Marda. One of the Bill comedians.
Bill Burr?
Bill Burr, the one. Okay.
Yes, Bill Burr.
He does one without guests.
Usually, but even he, over time, has started to incorporate guests.
Because who can do that? And Tony Baker does verbal cardio.
Verbal cardio is a podcast?
I believe so. I've never listened, but I think it's just him.
Running, no pun, his mouth.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. That's what I would think from the title.
Okay. All right.
But anyways, I can't do that for an hour.
Okay.
Every other Tuesday when no one would listen. Right. Okay, we'll jump in. How did you get started?
So in 1995,
okay,
my mother's uterus sent me out.
Okay.
And then I was born on this earth, and I
Welcome.
was born with jaundice.
Which John? Is this when you're yellow?
Yeah, when you're yellow. I was born with yellow skin.
Oh.
Yeah.
How'd she feel about it?
I don't know. She texted me today, so I'll call her and ask her how she felt about it. I think she was kind of like, cool. She's a praying woman, so I think, over time it just worked itself out. But
how long were you yellow?
I really don't know. That's a really good question.
Okay.
I really don't know how long. It can't be that long because there is a picture of me as a newborn baby with a little shirt that says "Take me home," and I was black or brown
by that time.
By that time. But how did I get started? In all seriousness, I started doing improv in undergrad at the University of Miami. Okay. Improv comedy, because I had a friend on my floor who was on the improv team, and I was just like, I think I could do that. If he's doing it, I could do it. No shade to him.
There was some shade.
Yeah, a bit. I mean, hubris, whatever, ego. Ego got me in the door, but then over time you become humble. So improv at University of Miami in like 2016 now, almost 10 years ago, and then from there got invited to an open mic in Coconut Grove at Taurus Whiskey Bar, and was doing stand up there. So right after undergrad doing the improv, I jumped into stand up and was doing that until kept moving up the coast. I went to Florida and Orlando. I thought, oh, there's no comedy here. Turns out there's an Orlando Improv, and a lot of comedians have come from Orlando that we see now. Preacher Lawson, America's Got Talent, Cam Patterson, who just booked SNL, and many other people that I could talk about. But yeah, so been doing that, and then eventually I got here to Atlanta in the middle of the pandemic, and yeah.
I have two questions. One, what were you studying before improv? Like, what did you go to school for? Oh,
I went to school for a couple of things. Originally, psychology, switched before I even got to undergrad. Then computer science was not working out for me there, although that's what I do for a day job now. But then I finally switched to history because I had enough credits to just get out. I just wanted to get out.
Why'd you stop psychology and go to computer science?
I wanted to make money, and I didn't want to go to medical school.
That's what happened to me. My first year, I was psychology. I was a psych major, and then everybody was like, "You can't make any money unless." And I was like, "Oh, I guess we're down here." So I switched it. And then second, improv is a lot different than stand-up comedy. You know what I mean? It's a different skill set, I feel like. And then with improv, I feel like you also have a group that supports you. So how did you transition from improv to stand-up? Because that's different, right?
Yes and no. And over time, I have come up with or felt or experienced how all these things are intertwined and connected.
Okay.
So how is improv and stand-up different? How did I transition?
Yeah, well, you don't have to say how they're different.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care, but How did you get to it?
How did I get to it? I mean, I was always like, especially you brought up one of the Bills, Bill Burr, like that's the first comedian that I heard intimately talk about the craft. Right? Prior to that, you just watch Dave Chappelle comes off, you watch Chris Rock bring the pain, all the things, but you don't know how that is being made.
Right.
And Bill Burr, he at the time when he first started his podcast, he was just a middling comedian, like going from city to city at clubs, and nobody knew him. And I was like, listening to him, like, just be funny. And then I would watch his stand-up specials and hear stuff he said on the podcast is eventually become bits. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And so I say all that to say how I got to that. Improv was just a manifestation of, I've been listening to this guy and I like comedy, so I've always been writing different little ideas in my phone. And I was doing improv and I was on the stage, again, being supported, and my friend brought me to an open mic and I was like, let me try these little things that were in my phone.
Okay, by yourself?
By myself. I mean, my two friends were there. They have an open mic, I don't know if they still have it at Taurus Whiskey Bar, where they do a show at like 8 all the way to like 12, and then the open micers can come in at like 1 to 2.
Okay.
And so I got up there, I thought I had 5 minutes, it was literally like 30 seconds. Then the host is just start roasting me, and so I go back and forth roasting him. And then I was like, oh, this is fun. And then so I kept doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did you end up being on stage?
The whole 5 minutes, you do your time.
Okay, but you only had 30 seconds to do your material.
There wasn't material to do. There wasn't any material. It was just ideas that I thought were funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm obsessed with comedians in a healthy way.
Okay.
But
What's an unhealthy way?
Like being weird, like stalking them or something. But like, wow. I'm obsessed with the craft of it, and like I read Steve Martin's book, and like,
Born Standing Up is really good.
How like he talks about how seriously he takes his comedy. That's how I feel, because I feel like I'm a comedian in a sense. I'm not a stand-up comic, but I take it very, very seriously. But when you're so playful, I think people don't understand how seriously you take comedy when you're telling jokes. Like, this is serious to me.
But to that point, I think you can take it too seriously. In my experience, I've had that where it's like, I feel like comedy has been so accessible now, and you can become obsessive, and all these people thankfully have the Steve Martins of the world, and all of them have like given us the tools and the playbook. But I think you can take it too seriously to a point where you're just like, I take this shit so seriously. And I don't know if you've been to open mics, but I've seen comedians just like, well, I wrote these jokes for you and it's not working, or like, fuck y'all. Excuse me, you don't know. Yeah, but like, but it's like you can see, and I've been in that situation where I'm like, the jokes that I'm trying to tell are not working, and like there is an ego at play, like not allowing you to be humble. And over time, I start to realize like comedy is a service position. Right. It's servant leadership, if you will, to borrow that term, because you're the one with the microphone, but you are here to make people laugh. Yeah. So if a joke is not working, you are wrong. Always, period. Not the crowd ever. Really? I will never, I don't do that anymore. I remove from my thought that the crowd is somehow wrong.
Okay, what if you have two shows back to back?
Yeah.
And you do the first show, you did a joke, it was crazy. People were crying, falling out of their chair. Yeah. And then the second show, you tell the same joke, and they're like...
I might say something like, man, the last crowd really loved that. But just to diffuse it, and maybe that gets a laugh, but I'm always wrong.
It's still the crowd. I mean, it's still you.
It's still me. Okay. It's not, I never go in, because it's like, think about it. These people got dressed. Right. These people paid money. These people got a babysitter. These people are doing a 2-drink minimum, which I think is a terrible practice. Right. Like in this day and age with the economy, that's a million things I could go into on like the ecosystem and the business of comedy clubs right now. But if I get on that stage and for whatever reason it does not elicit something they've been doing their whole lives, laughing, right, I am wrong. Okay. How do you take it when you bomb? When I bomb. That's
you don't cry in the car.
I mean, when I first started, it was just like it hurt more. There are times when I bomb. There's a place called Chef Eddie's in Orlando that you do a lot of open mics at a couple years ago, where it's like literally the whole thing is about bombing. They're doing their Apollo style thing where it's like you get up there on stage. I think you got 2 or 3 minutes, and then if you're doing well, you can extend to 4 or 5. But the audience is they're hoping really that you don't really do well, because what happens is that somebody will say, they'll start playing the Jaws theme song, right? And it'll just get louder until it gets too loud and they can't even hear you. And then the crowd yells, "Save yourself!" And they throw like a raft, like a life raft on you. And there's like an animatronic shark that goes down.
Yeah.
So yeah, times like that, you bomb and you're like, dang, and you want to do better and you want to like get the crowd. But I think that's a part of just being bad at something.
This is a little different, but it goes with that. If you know how they're saying like our society is so sensitive now, can we still boo people? Because I like that. I think we need you need to know that if a group of people don't like, is it still okay to boo?
I think you can do whatever you want. I don't know what people are talking about. You can just boo.
You can't say a lot of things anymore, but is booing okay?
Let's dissect that. I think booing is perfectly fine. I'm tired of people getting on stage with a microphone, people have to go to work, people have to go to Quick Trip, people got to go to Dunkin' Donuts, and you get to stand on stage with a microphone for fun. And you tell me people booing you is a terrible thing? That I think you're allowed to still boo. And if you get booed, take that and understand, wait, why did they boo? That's not what I was trying to do.
Right. Besides what the system that's kind of set up for what you just described in Orlando, have you been booed, or is it just crickets when you bomb?
I don't think I've been booed, no.
Because I went to a show in Dallas, and by the way, I think it's a good way to get a pulse of a city. Because I've never been to Dallas, and that was the first time. And you hear it was an open mic, so you hear the locals, the comment, like the city is infused in it, and it was like really cool to hear how much racism was there. I didn't know, like it was like real serious.
Hey, welcome to the United States of America.
Right, but I grew up in Baltimore, so it's 80% black. So I'm saying,
but DC is right there, so racism.
But the racism is hitting. When I'm growing up, you don't go to an open mic and say racist jokes because you would get beat up.
What do you mean by racist jokes? Elaborate.
Like a girl got up there and talked about how black people are called frogs in Dallas. I don't know.
Is she white? Or
but nobody laughed. So these things weren't funny. But they just had stuff about tattoos, parents hating black people. It was just everybody's set was about racism. That just shows you how much. Like it wasn't.
And these are all white people saying.
It was white and black people, and when I went to this, so it wasn't. But like in Baltimore or wherever, like in a predominantly black place, I feel like you might say, "Oh, white people do this or black people do that," but it's not like racist jokes or talking about racism so much because in a city like Baltimore, you have to hide it more when you're white because it's 80%. You're dominant. You're outnumbered, so you would be an idiot to go up on this. You get what I'm saying? But like somewhere like Dallas is like, from what I got from that show, it was just more accepted. You get what I'm saying? Like.
I understand to that point of just like the audience is always right. Okay. So whatever.
It was crickets.
Huh?
It was crickets.
It was crickets in that moment. Yeah, it's like I know, and I've seen comedians do material that some would deem this is racist. This is a racist observation of whatever group, and then people are hollering, laughing, whatever. Yeah,
you can be racist and funny. They just weren't funny.
Oh.
And then the other thing is. Because we didn't boo, but there were a few that I wanted to laugh, but no one was laughing, and I didn't want to seem like a crazy person, so I held it in. Yeah. Is that right? Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I get it, because laughing is a communal thing, evolutionary, and I've seen it all the time, where it's like somebody in the crowd thought that was funny, but because nobody else laughed, it dies with them.
Yeah, and then everybody's looking at you like and I went by myself because I was there for a work trip. So I just went to whatever. Anyways, how often do you go out on stage?
I haven't been doing a lot of stand-up. I've been focusing a lot on improv because what happened here when I came to Atlanta was in the middle of the pandemic. Right before the pandemic, I was doing a tear of stand-up where it's like from the beginning when I started in 2017 all the way up until the pandemic, right? It was like on stage almost every night, trying to do at least 5 nights a week, right?
Okay.
Which is nothing compared to what dudes in New York are able to do. They're able to do 5 sets a night, right?
Wow.
So it's like I was hearing that, learning about that, not being able to get to New York. That was the eventual goal. Still doing as much as I can, eventually being able to do some opening sets at the Orlando Improv. And that was really great to the point where it's like, I remember doing a set and then it was a good night, good set. And then Carlos Mencia's manager at the time, unfortunately, joke stealer Mencia or whatever, right? He comes to the back and he's just like quoting my joke, my punchline to me. And I'm like, oh, this is really great. And then all of a sudden, all that momentum turns into pandemic, and then so now can't do anything. And I was never really doing the online thing, which is what a lot of friends and colleagues around me were already doing in addition to the stand-up. And then it was, interesting to see how like that online stuff took them to greater heights, right? So left Orlando when the pandemic comes, go to Atlanta, start doing open mics again, and just frustrated because open mic comedy is so cutthroat because you got everybody in the city who's been there, you got people who are headliners that are coming and bumping you for spots, and if people don't know you, if you don't do the thing all over again and build the infrastructure like I had before, you will not get stage time and you will not progress. And so I was just like, all right, let me go back to improv, right? That's more accessible, it's more open. And through improv, I was just doing a lot more shows, started an improv team, was at Dad's Garage doing classes, Dynamic El Dorado. And then I was like, I want to do the online stuff, but I want to do it at a higher quality and taste level and just be more specific about how I'm going about it. Like I wanted to build a career because I didn't want to be the stand-up who is like been doing this for 10, 15 years, especially from out of New York, and nothing to show for it. Because that grind is so specific. And then we have these things called phones and the ability to like make our own careers. I was like, I met a lot of filmmakers, especially because they have that surplus of filmmakers because of all the industry here. And I was like, I am going to become an actor, learn how to act for real, and join an acting community, build my community of people, filmmakers, DPs, and all that stuff. And so I've just been doing a lot of on-camera work.
How did you become a writer and producer?
Well, to your point earlier of like improv and stand-up are different, I've always been a writer-producer. Because that, if you expand your mind and realize stand-up is just a one-person show, jokes not writing themselves.
No, they're not.
At all. Trust me, I was cleaning up my house today and I was like looking at all these old yellow pads where I was writing jokes. I saw a Seinfeld video years ago. He's like, I use legal pads. So I was like trying to do that, but whatever. It's just like, yeah, you have to write. So I've always been writing. I've always been observing to see what makes something funny. How are people structuring things? And then when you say producing, when you over time, just with stand-up, you start to realize how I even walk on stage is a part of the show.
Yeah.
How I even stand on stage, how I pace on the stage, how I think about the act out, how I think about using the microphone to do sounds is all production. How I dress.
Yeah.
So to me, it's not a matter of like, how did I become? It's just like, I always was, and then I just turned it up another level. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. What do you enjoy the most?
What do I enjoy the most? I don't know if I enjoy anything the most. I think what I truly enjoy is being able to do it uninterrupted, like for long stretches of time. Like if I have like a whole day where it's just making art all day, I'm just writing, I'm just like, crafting something, producing. That's what I enjoy the most. I don't think the moments when I'm just doing the thing is what I enjoy the most. Like
what interrupts it?
Okay, for instance, in being on camera, acting, getting to set. That's not fun.
What do you mean?
Like having to figure out how to getting to set, driving, getting all your things in a row, making sure your wardrobe is straight, that's not fun. Being in the middle, waiting for them to test whether or not your pants work with the camera and the light, that's not fun. When someone says action and you're able to have this moment with the other actor or actors and you're just playing, that's fun. When I'm on stage and literally I'm just like, it's just me thinking about, not even thinking, but like telling the current joke and the next joke is loading and the next line is loading and I'm looking at the reactions and that's fun.
Yeah.
When people are like laughing and I know I've got another line to give them so they can get another laugh.
Yeah.
And I'm already thinking about the next thing and I'm organizing it in my mind. Or it's like, it's really fun where it's like, I know I have a couple bits that are like 10 minutes, but then I'm like, but like I only got 5. So I got to do my best 5. And I'm in my mind editing this to fit here, there. It's like, but that's after like, if I'm in stand-up mode, it's like my brain automatically does that. But if I'm out of practice with that, it doesn't happen as easily. That's the fun part.
What percentage of this industry is not fun? Like, how much not fun stuff do you have to do to get to the fun thing?
I'd say 90-10.
I was gonna say that. I was thinking that. I was like, most of it sucks. Like, I don't want to say sucks, but most of it's not the thing you actually want to do.
But it's work. All of it is work.
I
think people need to get over this idea.
Yes, that's my point. Like, if you want to do this, anything in the entertainment world, whatever, just know you're not going to be doing that most of the time.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. Like, even with this, we'll be recording for an hour, but there was prep before this, the conversations before this, and after the editing and the promote.
And set up these lights.
This is a one-woman show, and so today, and so most of the show, just this episode, will not be this moment, like this hour.
Yeah.
But I think that's a really important part for people to know. What keeps you in it?
Like doing it consistently.
Yeah.
But it is fun for that. I've lived enough life at this point to realize and observed enough people, as I've got this quote, like a wise man learns from other people's mistakes, right? And I've watched friends, family, and everything that don't enjoy a lot of their life. And, I would look at my parents and be like, now I appreciate them from all they did and sacrificed. It's like raising a family was fun for them. That was their 10%.
Yeah.
But for me, that's not how I find joy in this experience called life right now. So that's what keeps me doing it, because it's fun. I did a project where I literally got rid of my couch in my apartment, painted my whole wall yellow. It was just doing jokes in front of it, and it was fun to put it together and like see the product and experience it and have people react to it. And I get some kind of dopamine from like sitting down with my thoughts, thinking about it, putting it to paper, and then executing.
Yeah. What are you most proud of so far in your career?
What am I most proud of right now? I would say that project that I did, where it was just like me. I remember being like really beat up and watching people around me like, be on television and go to NBC and do all that stuff. And I was just like, but I'm right here too. But then I was just like, and these are people who would come to me and be like, oh man, I like that joke you did. And it's just like that, like, oh, how do you do this? And I'm just like, okay, if people are asking me for advice and I'm in this neighborhood, obviously I have something of value to give. But I got out of a breakup, and she moved out, and I was just like, well, I need to go hard. Like, I need to just envelop myself in all that it is. And I remember sitting down, setting an intention, praying over it, and like hoping that whatever I do reaches someone. Not makes me wealthy and known beyond means, but like I'm speaking from my heart, speaking from whatever introspection that I have, and it will touch somebody. And got rid of the couch so I don't sit on the couch and watch TV. And literally it was just like when I showed up to my apartment, it's like it's time to go to work. Yeah, I did that too, where I made my apartment so uncomfortable and so like not inviting that I don't want to do anything in there. I don't want to relax in there, but I think I went too far because I don't know how to relax in there. But that is a good tactic of like not making your house cozy. Like you got rid of a couch, which is like a staple in most homes. Yeah. And I have a really tiny, uncomfortable couch on purpose, so I can't sit there for hours because I would. Yeah. And that's like setting yourself up for success. And breakups are such a good fuel for action to not. Do you agree with that? It's kind of cliche.
It is, but it's true. Cliches are true.
Yeah, cliches are true.
They're cliches for a reason.
Yeah, and cliches make me, and I need to get over that. I'm like writing a script with a friend where it's like we're putting stuff, and like I'm so quick to say this is corny, like when it's a cliche. But you are correct. Breakups are a good moment to just release and do something new.
You can do a cliche in an original way though. Like if you're writing a story or whatever, it doesn't. People break up all the time. Everybody, we all have a lot of the same experiences, even if it's like traumatic or great or whatever. But if yours like so creative and you tell this story in such a cool way, or like nobody can tell the story like you can tell it. So it like that is what makes it different.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Well, I'm learning that over time by observing other people doing things at a high level, because I don't know if you've seen Severance.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's a love story at the end of the day, especially especially the end of the second season, a lot of the second season, right? But what makes it not cliche is like the cinematography.
I was gonna say everything.
Yeah, right? It's the cinematography,
Yes.
it's the set design, it's the costume design, right? Like, if it was just that, if they didn't do what they did in those elements, I would be like, oh, guys, right,
Yeah.
we're gonna fall in love again.
Yeah.
But I actually care because they do so much with like this, the central premise of the show,
Right.
and then all the elements on top of it. It feels like luxury goods. It feels like a Louis Vuitton bag at the Louis store.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
No, it does. I didn't think about it in that way. It's visually alone. Even if the story wasn't good, I probably would still watch it just because of how it looks and the way that guy speaks. The black guy, the one.
Yeah. He's fantastic. Tremaine, I think.
Yeah, the way he speaks, I'm like that alone is enough for me.
See, right? Also dialogue.
Yeah, because he said eat shit.
Yeah.
But remember, he said it in
Devour feculence.
Yes, like we don't hear that every day.
Yeah.
That's just not what we're hearing. So yeah, we've heard eat shit a million times, but we've never heard that.
Yeah.
So
and as I watched Severance again, and I'll get off that, I was like, this is just The Office. But if The Office had like again got infused with Hermes.
Okay.
Because it's still funny. There are moments where it's funny, but I'm like, it is still The Office. It's just The Office, even down to the look. If you really look at it, it's like it's an office, but it's like if Hermes made The Office.
Okay. I'm gonna wanna. Now you're making me want to look at it again.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows that it was a lot to process, but I tried to binge watch it. Well, I did, and that's not the way you consume that show. I don't think, because there's a lot happening.
Yeah.
And I think it's too much. It's not an easy watch, like The Office. I feel like binge watching The Office is super easy, super digestible. But Severance is.
And again, to extend the metaphor, you don't take an Hermes bag everywhere.
No, you would. You certainly would not. Right. But you would keep it forever.
You keep it forever, and you look at it forever. Sometimes you just open it up to check it out, to observe it, to just to the point you said, I would watch that show even if the story wasn't good because of how it looks.
Yeah.
There are things you can appreciate about it at different levels.
The quality.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you into fashion or are you into quality?
That's a really good way you phrase that. I think I'm into quality of life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice, I guess.
Yeah. I like clothes, yes, but I think I'm into like craftsmanship.
Which we're losing a lot with fast fashion, and it really, even brands that used to be nice are not as nice as they used to be. Like, that makes me sad because I don't care about name brands, but I do care about good quality. But anyway, it's getting tougher and tougher. What have been the biggest challenges along the way? I know you said the most recent, the breakup probably was a challenge. I don't want to answer the question for you.
Yeah. But so what has been the biggest challenge in what?
What's your career?
I think it's a consistent challenge. I think it's just accepting I am singular in everything that I am doing, right? In my experience, what I create and everything that is within my power is within my power. And to put the blinders on to whenever other things happen for other people. Because every year without fail, when SNL comes and shows who's on the cast, I kind of care, but at the same time, I've made peace a long time ago of just like, that's for them. Right here in this moment, that's for them. And so it's like consistently reminding myself that I do what I do. And as long as I do what I do and care and have the craft and enjoy what I do, I think that's the reward enough. When we get into things like, okay, how do I become more known? That's another thing entirely. And accepting that. That's marketing. That's impact.
Do you want to be more known?
For the work that I create. I don't care about being famous because that's weird. People are weird.
Wait, in what way?
People are weird. Parasocial, like that's parasocial, idol worship. Like people are weird. So that's why I care about being known for what I create, because I create just from a place of like honesty and where I'm at. So
Right.
when you run up on me and you're like, oh my God, you're the dude with the yellow glasses, it's like, you know what that means, or like you've observed that and I have chosen to express this to you. So when you run up on me, oh, you like, or something about my experience has captured you. So I'm open to that, as opposed to if I play a character on a TV show, like, no shade to any TV show, but it's like a role I hate, or like a show that I hate, and I did it just because of check, because I wanted to get on.
Right.
Now everyone's gonna come to, oh, you're such and so, you're Booger Johnson, and I'm like, hell no. And they want to take a picture with Booger Johnson, not Alex the person.
Right. Okay. How do you control yourself with comparison, especially with the social media?
I take fasts from social media all the
Me too.
time.
How long do you take your fast?
Almost like, oh, it was just 21 days before, and just like, and also when I'm on social, when I'm on Instagram, people would be like, oh, you don't use this. It's like, exactly, because it's like everybody's muted. I only follow like 5 accounts maybe where I see everything, and I'm on it only just to check my DMs and I get off. I've been like cheating with like threads for a minute, but that was something I recently realized, like, oh, I need to get off of this for a minute.
How do you feel when you're on social media versus when you're off?
When I'm off, I'm like, my mind is clear, and then I have time to fill the vessel with other things, right? I have time to fill the vessel with like creative things, reading a lot, just spending time sitting down, appreciating literally a sip from a water bottle or a cup. Like, I can taste everything that I eat and think about the ingredients and where they come from, and my mind is just clear. When other times with social media, there's what they call noise. And like a friend described it in terms of food and people who are addicted to food. Like, there's food noise. You're always thinking about food. I think we have, in this day and age, a lot of people, we have thought noise, where it's like, we're always thinking about some shit, about some person far away from you. That doesn't exist. If we really all like got back to not doing that, you'd be surprised how much of your life is peaceful and enjoyable, because you appreciate literally, oh, that little soap I bought from the farmer's market, I get to use it today. That may sound like kind of weird or like silly, but
No, I don't think it's, well, it doesn't matter what I think. We do whatever works for
no, it does.
the
You're
person.
here with me right now.
No, but I mean, like, I think everyone should just do whatever works for them. But I practice gratitude, and sometimes I write my coffee. This is not coffee, but sometimes I write coffee.
It's vodka.
Like, it is vodka, guys. I drink every show heavily. Don't.
There's Hennessy down here.
Please, I would like some. No, I'll put like something like a keychain I bought or something, like anything that brought me joy, because I bought it because it brought me joy. So I think those little things are important. And then when I was going to go back to social, what I was going to say something. Oh, what book are you reading?
Right now, my girlfriend was, so recently I was reading the Lauren Michaels biography. If you can't tell, I'm a fan of good quality. So they just put it out there of like him and everything. So I was reading it and in tandem listening to audiobook when I couldn't like get to a book. So that was cool. But then I recently borrowed from my girlfriend All About Love by Bell Hooks.
Oh, really?
Never read it, kept hearing about it, always heard the mentions. And I was like, all right. I was sitting on the toilet reading it today. So
I was reading, I didn't finish it because I was reading it on my phone, and I hate reading stuff on my phone.
Can't do it.
But I did that because I was out somewhere and I didn't have my book, and I was like, I don't want to be on any. I almost feel weird when I'm not on my phone in public, because I feel like one day I was at a restaurant and I was like looking at the wall. I didn't want to be on my phone.
Yeah.
And this guy came up to me. He was like, "Are you okay?"
Boy.
And I was like, "Shit! Well, I'll get on my phone then, damn."
But Selena, that means you're doing a good thing, because when you stop doing that, when you go in public and you stop like caring about that, you start to see the addiction and the affliction that everyone has. Because what are they looking at?
Right. No, I do it too, though. I'm not.
No, you're not a saint. I get it.
I ain't perfect, y'all.
You're not perfect, and that's not. I'm not doing holy.
Right.
It's like we all, again, that noise is what's making us like just miss shit in front of us.
Yeah, it's true.
And especially if we go out to eat or to drinks, it's like, I'm here for the vibe.
Right.
I'm here to enjoy. I love to go to Barcelona Wine Bar in Midtown and just sit. And lately, I've just, for a couple of years now, I just journal all the time. I write all the time. And I got a little small moleskin, and I got a really nice pen that I like, a fountain pen. And I'll just bring it around with me and just write whatever I'm feeling or thinking. And I was at Necessary Purveyor, Ponce City Market a couple weeks ago, and I'm sitting down before breakfast, right, and just writing in it. And, you know, writing before my food comes. And there are two women sitting across from me, and I'm like, oh, they're cool, whatever. I think I may have written something about them, but I just noticed them. And then they're leaving, and then all of a sudden, they're just like, hey, what are you writing? And I was like, whoa, what the hell? First of all, what the hell going on? This is my business. This is my business. And I was like, I took a woosah and I was like, I'm just writing my thoughts, dreams, whatever comes to my mind. And they're like, oh, okay, we really liked your pen. And we talked for like, a couple minutes. And then a table over there was like, yeah, I wanted to know too. I was just really interested.
What?
She was like, yeah, your vibe is just great. I love your glasses, like your socks and your Birkenstocks. You're just like a whole Pinterest board. Like you're a mood, you're a vibe. And I was like, I took it as a compliment because Pinterest, right?
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I felt the same way. I felt violated. I felt violated because I'm like, this is my life. What are you talking about? I'm a Pinterest board. But as I spoke to other people about it, they're like, people put on their Pinterest boards things they want to aspire to.
Okay. I mean,
I get you. Know. It took me a minute too.
Are you in therapy?
Yeah.
Okay, that explains things. Because I was in therapy for like two sessions, and then I was like, I don't want to talk about myself that much. So I gotta find like this whole show. I only bring up my experiences to relate, but just if I have to sit there and talk about myself, that I didn't know how much I hated it, and so I stopped. But I want to go back because things like that, I get infuriated because I'm like, I feel like people are constantly, I'm not trying to say I'm cool, but I feel like maybe I'm magnetic or something. But like people, I swear, they're always messing with me. And I'm like, dang, I want to get out of my apartment. I work remotely. But I just want to go out and feel the vibes of like the coffee shop or whatever. But people are staring and trying to talk to me and getting mad when I don't talk to them or engage. And I go out of my way to not. Like even when I go on walks, I wear headphones that are huge, sunglasses, and a hat. And people still like talk to me. And I gotta stop getting mad because I'm in public. But it's also like, damn, give me a second. And I feel like people feel like I owe them something. I'm not trying to turn this into a therapy session.
No, you're good.
But I know there's something there that I need to figure out, why I get so mad about it. That's probably why it keeps happening, because like the universe has to teach me a lesson or whatever, and I'm not getting it. But it just infuriates me when I feel like people are constantly bothering my not personal space, because it's not literally my physical space, but like my brain space or whatever. Does that make any sense?
No, it makes complete sense, and I just wanted you to get it off because I've experienced a similar thing where it's like, and a couple of things came to my mind. It's like, I am not a woman in the world, right? So it's like, I'm sure dudes are hollering at you and people and all this stuff.
That's another thing. I'm sorry. I didn't say this. I've been meaning to say this for a long time. I cut you off. No, I'm really sorry.
You're good.
One of my pet peeves is when men do something nice or kind under the veil of like, oh, I'm a good person, but really they're offering you themselves. Like they don't.
You're talking about in public, or you're just in general?
Yeah, if a man opens the door, says good morning, or starts a conversation, he's not doing it because he's nice. He's doing it because he's attracted to you. And then when you don't reciprocate, they're mad. I'm like, I don't owe you anything. And also, you're doing this because you want to sleep with me, because you find me attractive or whatever. It's not because you're a nice guy. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I get everything you're saying. I'm just letting you finish. Crazy? No, you don't sound crazy. Because on the other end of the spectrum, I have definitely been a man where I'm just like, I understand women, like, it's funny that you say that about the bell hooks, because literally just reading the first section of it, just the intro of it, not to say I'm an expert, it's like very interesting how she plainly lays out something that I've known. It's like men talk from a perspective of receiving love, and they know how they have received love, but women are constantly in a state of yearning. And then when men realize women want affection or they want things, they go out of their way to provide, and they go out of their way to provide from a place of, I'm trying to hook, line, and sink you so I can get what I want. I hear that. I understand that. So I have been a man in that situation. But then over time, when I start to realize it's just like, okay, just being kind and of servitude to people is good, net positive, period. It's like, I'm genuinely like, oh, nice glasses, right? If you're an attractive woman and you talk to me, it's a bonus, but I'm gonna go about my day, because to me, the attention of an attractive woman is like, I mean, I live in Atlanta. It's the ratios, and also like I travel. I've talked to enough women to where it doesn't. I don't have a scarcity mindset of that. And also, like, what is that going to do for me? Oh, you said hello. Or we got our. I was telling a friend last night. I was just like, man, I go through my phone. I'm like, this text from. I don't even remember that week that I was talking to that woman, and. So all that to say, and to put a bow on it, these men who are doing that stuff come from like a scarcity mindset of just like, oh, I'm giving her something, I need to get something right now.
Yeah, and another thing, and to that point, well, one, I want to think about what you said about what you read in Bell Hook's book of from the woman's side of like yearning, and even if that's true, it's not from you, fella, like you, Joe Schmo. Yeah. So, but and there's also. I think, I can't speak for all women, but for me, it's like, you can tell the difference when someone is being human with you, like human, versus like a lusty feeling. It feels very different.
Yeah, for sure.
And some men do hide it better. I'm not saying they don't have the lustful thing, and it's normal to be attracted to people. That's fine, but it's how I heard a therapist say, and I loved it. She said, you can feel however you want to feel. It's what you do with your feelings. Yeah. That's the most important thing. And I think I think a lot of people out here have these feelings and they're just throwing them out there all willy-nilly with no kind of self-control. And to me, it's gross. But more importantly, it's like, why do you feel like I owe you something? I don't know you, and I don't want to talk to you, and I don't have to.
You know, to go back earlier to bombing, I bomb all the time, so I bomb in real life. I think it's the same energy. Yeah. Where it's like, if I talk to a woman and like she doesn't respond, I bomb, and then I go about my business. Yeah. That wasn't for me, and it's never her fault. Right. I carry the same thing.
It's true.
I'm like, she might not want to talk to anybody. She might think I'm ugly, and that's fine too. I know I'm not, and I might be ugly to her. Everybody's ugly to somebody. Yes. And I keep it moving. I'm just like, all right, job's not done. I'm gonna just throw another shot up.
I think I'm sensitive to the emotions too, because you could feel immediately this sulking. Or like, and then I'm like, I try to let it go as quickly as possible, but I'm just like, why? Why do you think I owed you something today?
You gotta let it go. That's another part, right? Where it's like, that has nothing to do with you.
It does not. But then I feel like I'm a bad person, and if they see me again, they're gonna be like, she's a bitch. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not, but also I'm human, so that day I might be. And also, like, I don't owe you these things. You know what I mean?
You also don't owe them the space to think about it at all. You can just mind, like, that has freed me. I'm just like, don't care. Okay. If this is a stranger, I don't. It's not in a don't care in a dismissive way, but it's just like you said, like, if you really truly believe, like, and I know you're just getting your shit off, right? Like, if you really truly believe that you don't owe them anything, it's just like, oh, thank you. And then you mind your business, like, hey, and then keep talking, like, hey, I honestly, I'm trying to get to X, Y, and Z, or I'm trying to join my book, or I'm trying to get to work right now. And when people do that to me, I have no problems with it. Yeah. The people you keep running into, unfortunately, ruin it for the rest of the human beings around. Yeah. I hear you, though.
I could be respectful and dismissive.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, okay.
And dismissive has a negative connotation historically, but it's like...
It's not. Yeah.
The root word is to dismiss, as in leave.
That's what I wrote it like. I think you should go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. I was at a bar, but I came from Philly. I used to live there in the
I'm sorry.
The sports... What?
I'm sorry.
Why you say sorry?
Because you lived in Philly.
I don't...
Philly's rough.
Where are you from?
I'm from Miami.
I mean, Miami is no walk in the park. I lived there for 6 months.
But there's better scenery. At least it's not.
I got robbed. That was the only place I got robbed.
Okay, hang out in Philly long enough.
I'm from Baltimore, and I was in Philly for 6 years. I never got robbed. I was in Miami for 6 months. What is it called? Handbag jerk. What is that called? Handbag jacked?
I don't know.
Not car jacked.
Handbag jacked? I've never.
I got handbag jacked.
Never happened to me.
You don't have a handbag.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how they're gonna jack you.
I'm just saying things happen faster in Miami, including getting robbed.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I loved Philly. Shout out to Philly. Have you ever lived there?
In Philly?
Yeah.
Hell no.
You can't knock it.
every time I hear somebody talk about Philly, they're just like, oh man, Philly's rough. Yeah, and I don't want to live like
Well,
that.
I'm from Baltimore, so maybe that's why. Because I'm comparing the two. They're both. I like it though. It's raw.
No.
It's raw. It's real. You're gonna get the real deal.
Yeah.
Anyways,
People don't talk to you.
They do, but it's more genuine.
Okay.
Oh, and you're used to it. I remember I was living in LA for a while,
Yeah.
and there is a very different vibe. And I hadn't been to Baltimore for like 8 months, and I got off the plane, and I was walking outside, and this guy was like, "How you doing?" And I didn't say anything. He's like, "Fuck you, then, bitch!" And I was like, "Yes, I'm home."
So that is cool to you?
It's not cool, but it's what I know.
Yeah. Go ahead and call that therapist up. One more time.
I don't want to be his friend, but I was like, I know where I stand.
Yeah. Okay.
I know
And
exactly
it's
where
not
I
a
stand.
passive aggression, it's a direct aggression.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Also, I would never live there again.
Yeah.
So it's not like I wouldn't. So there's that, you know. It's like okay, I'm gonna go here for Christmas and go on my merry way.
Okay.
But I respect it. Anyways,
You're gonna bring up a bar.
Sports is real big in Philly.
Yeah.
And there's this camaraderie at the bars. People talk about the teams or whatever. So when I went to LA, I had not adjusted yet. I did not adjust well. And we were at the bar, and these two guys were sitting next to me. This is all the way back to like the thing we were talking about. And I was not looking at them. I wasn't attracted to them. I just thought they were watching the game, and I was too. And I was like excited, and I was like, "Did you see that play or something?" And they were like, and they looked at each other, and like they looked disgusted, and I was like, "Damn, tough crowd." I didn't say that, but I just turned my head.
Yeah.
But I still think about it because that was the first time. It was like they were really upset that I spoke to them, but I respected that. I didn't say anything else. It didn't hurt my feelings. It was just shocking. I was like, that was like an adjustment I had to make. Like, Los Angeles is not in Philly. They don't have that sense of camaraderie when they watch the game. They're here with their friends. They don't want to talk to you and your friends. And I was with people, so it wasn't like I was a weirdo at the bar by myself, even though that's fine too. But my point is, just going back to like, when you're rejected in any sense, it's your responsibility of how you navigate that rejection. And it's okay. Like, so I don't get why these people are getting so mad at me for not being whatever you wanted me to be in that moment. Anyway, does that all make sense?
Yeah.
That was a long tangent.
No, you're good.
We're back. Okay, let me go back to one of my questions to get us back on
problem.
track here. Oh wait, how long have you been in therapy?
Since like what I want to say 20. It was definitely 20.
Well, no, because there was a bit of it in undergrad, so I'd say like 2017, 2018.
Almost 10 years?
Yeah, almost, I guess, at this point, if I'm keeping track. Like on and off.
On and off.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been pretty consistent in the last 2 to 3 years, I'd say.
What's the most helpful thing? What's the biggest thing you've learned? Or can you share that?
Yeah, I can share that. The biggest thing I've learned, I don't know if people think like therapy is like some magic bullet. It's like people have no sense of self. Again, going back to that chatter and that noise when we like busy our minds with things that are not helpful, like social media, and that are literally designed to keep you fiending for it. Quietness, stillness. You can look at any major religion and all of them preach that to some degree. Get to a quiet place, right? All of it. So therapy has allowed me to have a mirror, and a mirror with some credentials and that understands how to give me tools, right? And to help me process. Because life is fast right now, but it's not, right? The trees still go through the seasons. Rain still comes when it's supposed to come. You know, extreme weather habits outside of that, right? But it helps me slow down and think and realize and understand and process. And so I keep on saying this to friends, like I realize not where I sit now, it's like I have a higher bar. Like there's like a bar, almost like a video game, where when I have emotional reactions, and going back to your point of like your emotions, what you do with them are the important part. I have a bar between the time of having an emotional reaction and having the action. Right? So if somebody is like chewing real loudly, that's a thing that triggers me a lot. I know that that's me. I just have a hypersensitivity to that particular noise and everything like that. And I can woosah and I can put myself at ease. I can think they're not doing this intentionally and all that stuff. Or if a woman just dismisses me when I talk to her, right? And I'm trying to holla at her, like that's right. I'm in a relationship now, so that's not even an issue. But like prior to that, it's like, oh, that's just her. That's just her going about her day. Or if now, me being in a relationship, I say something to a woman, she thinks I'm trying to holler at her, like, that's just her. I'm literally just talking to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like it takes off like carrying the responsibility of everything.
It allows me to see, right? It allows me to see what something is. It's not like I'm carrying anything. It cuts away all the excess. Like when a sculpture is made and it's just a piece of marble, right? Like I'm able to chisel away at all the other stuff to see the actual thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Has therapy been hard for you?
I'd say at first, because I think I was like mission critical and like I don't know certain things about myself, and like we all have a shadow self to ourselves of like the negative coping things that we've adapted or the maladaptive behaviors to the holes in our life that we perceive, right? Like, substances and all that stuff, and lust and for men and everything like that. So at first it was hard to like really face those things head on and see what those things mean to me or why I'm indulging in them or all that stuff. Yeah. At first, but I don't know if like the boohoo cry. Can't believe I don't want it anymore. My mama done did me. I didn't have that. I don't have as much baggage in that way, and I think I got my ass whooped a couple times as a kid in a Haitian household. That happened. So I was mad about that, but
you were mad?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened when you met your shadow self? How was he?
I meet him every day.
Did you know him before therapy? I mean, I know you knew he existed, but did you know him?
No. I didn't know how he grew up. I didn't know how he was born. I didn't know how
he was yellow.
Huh?
He was yellow.
All right.
He was.
I guess so. That's what it was. The jaundice like put a demon in my body.
It was the shadow.
Anyway, don't let my Haitian parents see this. Yeah, it was a demon. Don't let my Haitian parents see this. Yeah, I didn't know, and it's like over time you start to like realize how that stuff comes to be. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like everybody always talks about going to therapy, and when I did go, like part of that was like, I guess I'm saying it to say it's the whole thing is not like you're taking a pill, you're just gonna feel better.
Oh.
It's like work, it's work.
It's a practice.
It's a practice, but you might find out some things that like are tough to process. Like I was in those two, like I said, 2 maybe 3 sessions. There was already stuff coming up, and I was like, oh my god. And then I already knew she was gonna bring it up from last week. And I was like,
that's her job.
I know, but I was like, not ready. I was like, I cannot handle this. But it was crazy because I've read so many self-help books. I was a psych major. I was like, I didn't think I was a therapist, but I thought I was further along in my journey emotionally than I was. And I was like, oh no, I don't know nothing.
But I don't think it's a matter of not knowing, because it's the difference between theorizing and reading about it and experiencing oneself. The reflection is the word that I want to like hone in on. It's like a lot of people aren't doing a lot of reflecting.
I thought I was, but I wasn't.
Reading about how to do.
But I would do the stuff. I would do the practices in the books. I journal. I spend time in quiet looking at the wall. Like I spend a lot of time by myself with nothing.
But is there something right now that you wouldn't say on camera right now?
About my life?
About your life in a hurt?
Yes.
So that right there, right, tells you there, and I use that as a barometer because for me in my experience, it's like I have no shame of things that I've done or been through, right? Like there are certain things I wouldn't say for the benefit and the privacy of other people, right? Or certain things I would say under a controlled, very intentional way or through my art, just because I understand how that would be perceived.
Right.
But I understand I don't have shame about it because who are you, cast the first stone to give it biblically, right?
Right.
I think it's like, I'm not embarrassed to say like I, have been addicted or felt addicted to pornography, right? Like, I'm not embarrassed to say like I have like known that women want love and I can able to manipulate and give it to them in just enough way that makes me comfortable, right? I know that makes me a bad person in those moments, but I have no shame to realize like, okay, what about you?
Oh my gosh. So because usually you don't hear it. Wait, do you have to go?
No, I'm good.
Do you? Because it's 4:04. I told you an hour.
No, you're good.
Okay. Men don't typically. I don't like to get into relationship talk because that's not what my show is about, and I don't know anything about it. But I am curious because most men don't. I don't want to say most men, but I haven't heard very many men admit what you just said, or I don't want to say admit, but just reveal that that is something that y'all do. What are the signs?
What are the signs that somebody's doing that?
Yes.
I think you have a good barometer for it. Like, if a man, you can feel it. You said you can feel it when a man's doing something just to get in your pants. So that's the first thing.
Well, not a stranger on the street, yes, but like
in a relationship.
Yeah, because this sounds like you got closer to these people than like she walked by.
Yeah. What are the signs?
Like, what are the tactics?
What are the tactics? I think it's, what are the tactics and what are the signs, right? I'm trying to like think about where my mindset was, where they were. And I think it starts with like, everyone's vulnerable in some way. Everyone has a wound in some way, right? And women more often than not have a wound of like care. Like, are you listening to me? Do you actually care about what I'm saying or what I'm doing or how I present in the world? So it's like, I always just listen. I'm listening, I'm like paying attention to what you're saying, I'm following up on what you're saying, I'm like doing things for you. It looks very similar to I actually love you. And like, I do love these women at a point in time, but I understood this is not a long-term thing for me. I understand how to give you enough love that you feel connected to me, but at the same time, I understand that I am keeping just enough of myself for me to feel comfortable. I'm not selflessly giving all of me, right? To quote John Legend. It's like, you're not going to get all of me because I realize you actually have problems and I don't like you like that. And so I'm only going to be here for 3 months. You don't know that I've made that agreement with myself, but it shows up in different ways where it's like, I don't talk to you about the future. Or like, when I talk to you about the future, it's very vague. Or like, I don't ask you about like, our values and how that aligns. Right. I don't ask you about like, what do you think about 5 years from now? Or what do you think about like, do you care about getting married? Is that a thing you think about? Is that, I don't consider a future or longevity or a depth of your life. I don't try to integrate with your friends. I don't try to integrate with like your community for real. These are telltale. If I don't care to be around your friends or integrate with your community, like, dude, don't really like rock with you, because in partnership, that is the micro community, but you are two individuals coming together to create a larger, group. I think that's a telltale sign, because you can do all the love things, but like actually genuinely caring about the people around you is like, oh, that's love for real.
Were you always conscious of it when you were doing it?
I say not always, and to the point of like therapy, I think there are times that we can lie to ourselves. Right. A lot of times. Like, no, I like truly believe that, and then also just not knowing what that looks like through time and space and understanding what love really is, or like a healthy, or what kind of love you want to have. So it's like, but I think, and there are journal entries I can go where I'm literally like writing like I know.
She got 3 months.
Yeah,
she don't even know it.
For real. Straight up.
Because I feel like a lot of things we do, especially when we're not like, I don't know what the right words are, but like maybe just not aware or whatever. Protection is a huge thing that we do subconsciously too, right? Like, I can look back on things that I've done, not even just relationships, just in my life period, that were moving a certain way out of like survival mode or trying to protect myself from something, and I didn't even realize what I was doing until I looked back at it later. Like, this is why I did X, Y, Z. So I guess bringing it to the forefront it mirrors, like you said, it shows you where you are, but then it also protects people coming into your world, right? Because then you're not going to give them the expiration date that they don't know about.
Yeah.
Okay.
It helps you to be honest, and like the relationship I'm in now, I was very intentional. Like I took a break from dating for like a year, dating anyone seriously. After the last relationship I was in, where I was like basically playing with Shorty, just like I knew I'm here for 3 months. She looked good. This is fun, but I'm like, she's a terrible. Let me stop, because everyone's a human being. She doesn't line up with what I need. Like this isn't stable. Like she likes to party, she likes to do coke. Like she went to Fulton County Jail, and I had to go help bail her out. And that's when I was just like, Alex, what are you doing?
If somebody bailed me out of jail, I would think they cared about me.
But I do, and to go back to what I said, there's a part of me that does truly care. Like I truly care about them, because I think I care about human beings just on a foundational level. But there's love, as John Mayer says, love is a verb. And like my actions in all aspects did not cater to loving them wholly how they should have been loved. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Was it fun though? You were having a good time.
Yeah.
And toxic, I'm not calling her toxic. I hate these buzzwords.
Yeah.
But these people who are just not good for us, they're fun.
They're fun. It's fun.
It's a lot of fun until it's not.
Until it's not.
That's why you do 3-month expiration. Because if you go past that,
after 3 months,
things get real different.
It's not fun anymore. You start looking at your bank account. You start looking at different things. You start looking at your place. You're like, you bring them around friends. They're like, oh, you still dating? It's not fun.
Yeah. No, it's not. Okay. I like the 3-month expiration date. And I like that like people will tell you what their intentions are with you. I think that can apply to friends too. Like, or anything. Like if people are just not talking about the future or not like really asking you anything about who you really are, right? Because you said the values aren't. Okay.
And does a friend reach out to you first? Or are you the only one reaching out to a friend? Do they invite you to things? Do they listen to you and they know, oh, you're doing X, Y, and Z. I sent this to you just because. Yeah. Like these things are important. You took time out. Are you thinking about me? I think to put a button on that, you can tell when someone's doing something if they're thinking about you. And they're doing things that shows they're thinking about you. And so now all you have to do is take that and realize, are they thinking about you in a way that you want this relationship to go? Does that make sense? Yeah. I think it's important to cut sometimes when people, I don't know, like in general, like when they're lonely or want something so bad, it tends to hang on when the signs are there. You see them. But and then sometimes it's also like the good has been so good that I want to, this other side of it can't be real. Like this, I like this good part so much. I want to chase that or whatever, or keep believing that I've lied to myself. Like I've seen a red flag. I was thinking about somebody recently. I saw a red flag on the second date and completely ignored it because I was having so much fun, and it came back to bite me later. If I had just walked away at the first red flag, and it was something small, but it stood out to me. And I could have, if I had just walked away. You don't want to say what it is.
No, it was little. Like he was a very silly person, and I am too. And that was like one of the ways I communicate with my friends and if I'm dating someone. And he was being really silly in a restaurant, so I matched it. Like it was like a body movement, but it was a little out of place for where we were. But I matched it. He was like, ugh. And to me, that's a red. Why he like put me down
when he was being silly?
He did it. I was matching.
He wasn't even joking when he said it.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, he was intentional.
He kind of like shut it down, and I was like,
well, if he was being silly and then you were being silly,
I know, I matched it, and I was like,
that would be a green flag for a lot of people. Like, oh, she's funny.
I was like, I'm doing what you're doing, because I was shocked, and he was like.
He didn't explain why he found disgust with that?
No, then he just started making more jokes. But he like paused to point that out. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But it's like I've come to the fact that a lot of people aren't rap tight and a lot of people don't know themselves. So when weird things, quote unquote, happens, I just chalk that up to there is something I'm not seeing that is happening in there.
Yeah, true. But also I need to leave. Because to me that was a red flag, and I look because I always try to reflect on situations with friends and relationships, like romantic partners or whatever, and I'm like, what could I have done differently? But was there something that I saw that I ignored? And I did ignore that. And it doesn't have to be something huge, but that to me, like, and it came out later, like. I would do things like just putting me down, or like it was a preview of what was to come. And so if I had listened to that, and it's also what it evokes in you too, right? Like in me, there was something in my body that was like, no, that's not right.
Your gut, yeah.
Yeah, and I should have just easy woulda, coulda, shoulda in hindsight, but it's like, oh, that was a red flag, and when you shouldn't ignore how your body responds to this. So that's what I learned out of that. And
I agree.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree completely, 100% with that.
And even with friends, like because I'm newer to Atlanta. I've only been here 2 years. Is that late?
I think so. Yeah.
And it's like even with friends, I have to notice, like, this somebody in her family died. I had only hung out with her once, but I kept following up. And I was like, Selena, leave her alone. Like, I mean, I didn't message her every day. I messaged her like once a month. But I was like, she's not
responding.
Leave it alone. And you have to like take those cues too.
Yeah.
But it's also a thing of being lonely. Like I was saying, loneliness can get you in a lot of trouble. So you got to be careful there. And just honoring the red flags. Because I think we see them and we just keep going.
Yeah.
They're waving and we're like.
For sure.
So I think those are the two big things. But definitely loneliness is not what you want in life, because it makes you do really bad things if you're in a bad place. And
also, go ahead.
No, that's it.
Loneliness, and to that point, two things came to my mind. When NASCAR races happen, they have a red flag. Nobody is allowed on the track. So first of all, let's heed that. Went to NASCAR recently, and I don't know, just been on my mind. Secondly, loneliness will make you do weird, crazy things, but I think a lot of people are looking for getting rid of that loneliness in a one-on-one scenario. But I think what people really need to start doing is inserting themselves into communities. That's why you see run clubs popular. That's why you see people going back to church in a lot of ways. That's why you see finding like real, genuine community. That's why third spots are very popular, and these social clubs, like being very intentional about like getting you some business as far as like wherever your interests and hobbies and passions lie. Because if you're not gonna find that in just trying to be friends. Oh, I think you're a cute girl, let's be friends. Yeah. Well, every time I hear women talk about that, I'm like, all right, here they go again. Every time I hear, oh my God, my man, or my girl. It's not real. No,
and it's, to your point,
it's dysfunctional rather.
Because you can't be everything to one person. And so even if you do find somebody, you still need to basically get a life. That's really what it is. And when my recent breakup in my career had kind of slowed down a little bit, I was like, I did it because I looked at my past and I was like, all right, Selena, you can't just go jump into something else or try to look for communities. I joined a movie club, a book club, and then I was like, I need to expand my world because I'm only interacting with other artists, which that was my goal at first. But at some point, it's like, all right, y'all know each other. Like even when I saw you at the event, you're like, oh, we saw each other at the other thing. So it's like, so I went out of my way to be intentional about making sure that I joined a bunch of groups, and I will see what sticks. But that was the first. Especially in this day and age, you got Meetup, you got Facebook, all these things.
Even going to a gym and being a member of a gym and striking up conversation. I know that's different because there's that whole dynamic of men and women or whatever in the gym. But like, or being a regular at a place where you eat food and just striking up conversation with the bartender or whatever. Like, people see you. Like people, or like doing walks around the block and chatting up people in a store. Like I do that all the time. My girlfriend says, you never met a stranger. It's like, because I haven't. I don't know. I care about humanity enough to realize like we're all here. It's not a don't talk to me, even though when I can see somebody has headphones on and doing all this, they don't want to be bothered. But
like read the freaking room.
But,
that's part of it.
Yeah.
I became friends with a lady at Kroger. She retired though, Miss Yvette. Shout out to her.
See?
But it was
but she's not dead.
No,
she's around.
She's in Italy. I'm telling all Miss Yvette business.
And you don't know when you're gonna be in Italy.
Right.
The world is small.
It really is. It really, really is. No, that's true. Okay, I like that. Find community instead of like trying to escape into these other people, because that's not good.
Into individuals specifically.
Yes, it's not. It's not good. It won't work. I promise. All right, I have 2 questions and then we're gonna go. Right?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
What's your religion? Can you tell me? You're not supposed to ask that, but I'm asking.
I don't know. Who says you're not supposed to ask that?
Somebody. They. Them. They.
Shout out to DJ Khaled. Whatever the new album is. Number 1!
Wait, where did DJ Khaled come from?
He's they. You don't remember they when he had a Snapchat moment in like 2014, 2016, I think? He was like, they don't want you to be successful. They don't want you to have diamond rings and cars. They don't want you to eat with Chef Debbie or whatever the hell he was doing on Snapchat. Shout out to DJ Khaled. Give me a check, whatever.
DJ Khaled, shut up.
No. He's I like DJ Khaled. He's just very imitatable. He's funny, but
no, I literally sent a gift to my group chat today with him. Yeah. So it's fine. Whatever. We all know.
That's why you got robbed in Miami, because DJ Khaled running down.
Exactly. He's like, they go my op. Go over there right now.
You were there.
I didn't want him to win. You're not smart. Okay, sorry, DJ Khaled.
So to answer your question, my religion, I am a Christian. Raised a Christian, stepped away from Jesus, God, and for a minute, came back to it. I realized that this is what has given me peace. This is my source, and this is how I continuously renew. And so, yeah, I'm a Christian.
Okay. How long did you what did you practice when you stepped away?
I don't know if I particularly practiced anything. I had a girlfriend who was like spiritual African stuff and like that. And just, I held a rock or two to meditate. But I was just like, yeah, that's not for me. That's not working for me.
Can you hold a rock or two when you practice Christianity? You can't.
I don't think so.
What?
It's not biblical, because then it's like literally like, do not put any other gods or anything before me. I mean, African spirituality is like other gods, and
really?
I'm not.
I didn't know. I'm reading the Bible now. I'm in the Old Testament. It's hard.
You do. At least you're reading it, because they say statistically, so many people who identify as Christians, it's like maybe 6%. I may be off. It's less than 10, I think, who actually read the Bible.
Well, TBD, because I'm only on Numbers.
Yeah.
And it's boring. Have you read the Bible?
Yeah, I've read Numbers.
Have you read the Bible yet? The whole thing?
Front to back? I don't think so. I've read the New Testament front to back, but like
I heard it gets better. I'm in the Old Testament right now.
Literally, that's the whole thing. It does get better. Somebody comes down and dies.
Oh, damn! Spoiler alert!
Yeah, sorry.
The Old Testament, like, I've gotten no epiphanies. I didn't get any spiritual. No, I'm not getting anything from this, but sleepy. Yeah. I really do not enjoy reading the Bible. I am sorry, but like, if I cherry pick it, you go to Psalms or Proverbs or something, or Matthew. Matthew's got some good. He got some bangers, but like, I'm just like, I'm so bored and I'm just annoyed. But I'm gonna stick with it.
But I think it's a book that requires reflection. Again, the word of the day. It's like, it's a book that. I mean, numbers specifically. It's just like it's literally just numbers. It's giving you a lineage.
Yes,
like, that's what Bible. Yeah, that's what Bible scholars will look at to explain. So read it just to like get it there. But like, it goes on, and you're just oh, this relates to that, and you can get deep into all of it. But it can be boring.
It's very extremely much boring. There's a few parts I was like, oh, this is lit, but I wrote questions and stuff. I'm gonna keep on my journey. It's been a while, but what does practicing Christianity look like to you?
It means sticking close to the Bible, which is the Word of God, and then just reading that, continuously reading it, as folks have described it, as a living document. So it's like spending time in the morning praying, and just going to church and being in community, right? Being with the body of Christ. prayer and fasting, right? I was with my church for the last 21 days, just getting up and like just praying at like 5:30 in the morning and like doing all that stuff and actually going to the church. So to me, it's like just continuously seeking to be more Christ-like, which is like just to be more selfless, generous, patient, understanding. That's for me.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten mad at God?
Yeah.
We beefing right
I
now.
think, you're beefing with God? I mean, that has nothing to do with it.
No, it's not. We're not really beefing. I'm sorry, Lord.
You just called this book boring, so I don't know.
Okay, it's a start. It's a slow start.
Yeah.
It's a slow start. It's a long book.
Yeah.
It ain't a short one.
Yeah.
It's not a quick read.
No,
It's
by
not
no
a
means.
quick read. I
This
mean,
is not an ebook. This is not a free ebook.
no, it's not. Okay.
This isn't a Forex ebook, dog. Because there's a lot of numbers in there too.
Oh my God, that book, I swear. But I feel like anybody who's at least a certain age and they've been practicing Christianity their whole lives, you cannot say, not you, but like anybody, I think is like, to say you haven't had a disagreement with God is like.
There's people literally
In the Bible,
like God's homies, the disciples were just like, oh, you like him now? Or like, oh, okay, Peter's your rock, bet, okay. All this stuff. I think people reading the Bible, like, just to like keep it like, and I'll get off it, but it's like, I've made peace with the fact that this Bible is showing me all of humanity. I've lived enough life to realize like, oh, there are promises in here, but there are promises grounded in like actual real humanistic emotions, thoughts, feelings, and actions. Like the whole idea that God came down as Jesus in human flesh, it's like, that's telling me something. That a willingness to get close to what we are.
Yeah.
And it just makes sense to me.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if people take it for like, I don't know. And just like to see how crazy the world is, people will be like, yeah, I don't mess with Jesus Christ, or I don't mess with, God or anything. And but at the same time, they'll believe in a Waymo car. It's like, you don't know how neural networks and machine learning works. You don't know, and you'll never know, but you got in the back of that car.
Right.
You don't know how to build a car, but you're gonna buy one and drive in it. Get it, science, but you don't understand it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Do you believe in ghosts?
I believe in spirits, for sure.
Right? The other day, this was like a year ago, but I was like, oh my God, I gotta believe in ghosts because the Holy Ghost, he a ghost.
Even
Holy
again,
Ghost.
scripture, it's not a battle of flesh and blood, but principalities and spirits, the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
This is biblical. So it's like,
I have to believe in ghosts because the Holy Ghost.
I think in general, us as human beings in this generation have to believe in the spiritual realm. And I think a lot more people do, whether it be witches or whatever.
Yeah.
But like people who I am around and don't believe in, like, they have no idea or like they don't care about the spiritual realm at all. I tend to like not really associate with those people, because if you don't believe that there's something bigger than that we can see, I think you're just walking blind.
Right.
In general.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. I think I just realized that I was looking at religion, and I didn't even know I was doing this as a savior thing, where like, oh, God's just going to come and save you, because that was what was taught to me growing up. Yeah. And it's like, I think if you look at it only through that lens, you're in big trouble. And I just realized that's when you get in these arguments with God, because like, you didn't save me from this terrible thing. Like, no, that's not what this is. Yeah. And I'm just getting that. And I thought that I really, really had it. And it's just hitting me like, no, that's not what it's for. Even though I thought I was so smart. But the more I know, the more I'm like, damn, you don't know stuff.
Smart. You was important.
They don't want me to win. They don't want me to win. Have you seen a ghost? Oh, real quick about the spiritual thing. Even with like AA meetings, we've all seen them in TV or whatever, movies. They make you believe in something, and then because some people are like, I don't believe in God or whatever, but you have to believe in something, and that's what I subscribe to too. You got to believe in something, because There's so much that
if you don't believe in something, you fall for everything or
nothing,
whatever. Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in something, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Exactly.
We got there. We did it.
Yeah.
Lois Emos, we did it.
What did I just say? What was I saying? It doesn't matter.
Even in AA, they make you believe in something.
something bigger. So that's one of the rules for people in my life. Like if I date you or my friend, you gotta believe in something else. Because if you're just out here with yourself, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. And I don't know. When things go wrong, what do you rely on? You?
Yeah.
Just you? I don't think so, pal.
At all. I don't. Just you, this flesh, these emotions, these hormones that might be in a. You don't even drink water. You're dehydrated. I haven't seen you take a vitamin.
No, for real.
You're vitamin B
For
deficient. Look at
real.
your fingernails. I can't believe in you.
You're polluted. Like you eat fast food. You don't even work out.
You've eaten K&K soul food for 5 days. I don't believe you.
You've been drinking the Hennessy. Come on.
Get away from me.
I can't be involved with that.
You're filled with Prosecco principles inside of you. I don't want to hear it.
Prosecco principle. I'm gonna start calling you. Oh, that's a Prosecco principle.
That's a Prosecco principle. Trademark.
Yeah.
Hey, we want you to get money.
I'll stand away from those folks. Yeah. Okay. And go ahead. No.
You said, have you seen a ghost?
No. What were you gonna say?
That's what I was trying to help you get to the next question.
Oh, you want to ask me, have I seen a ghost?
No, you were about to ask me that.
No, yeah, I have seen a ghost. Have you? I know.
Selena, you were gonna ask me that.
I know, but I wanted to tell my tea. I was excited.
Go ahead.
Let's say I've seen one. Have you?
I don't know if I've seen a ghost. I feel like I felt presences.
Really?
I don't know. I was just having this conversation with a friend last night again. It's just like I had 2 very vivid lucid dreams, and I remember looking that up. And through time and history, people have called it different things. They've called it like the hag is sitting on your chest or different things like that. And it felt pretty intense. And I feel like when I'm in the club now, or if I've gone to a strip club, if I've been like, I can feel there's something else here. When I'm in environments like that, I feel like when I'm out too late at a club where it's like, I can just feel that when I'm in a place where it feels lighter, like, or in a church or somewhere where people, are clear of mind, body, and spirit, I can feel that. Mm-hmm. So again, to not pay attention to that.
I'm gonna mess this up real bad, but I heard, paraphrasing like crazy, but I heard someone told me, no, it doesn't matter. They said the people who get away from murderers, they found out, and how can you track this, right? But it's because they felt something and they listened and they got away as quickly as possible. And I would say over my years, the number one lesson I've learned, if I just reflect on my life, is to trust my instincts. Yeah. Because they've never lied to me, even though they be crazy and don't make any logical sense. Mm-hmm. Every time I was like, dang, I should have listened to that because it was right and I couldn't explain it, but it was right.
And you know what really helps with that? It's the journaling, it's the reflection, it's the reducing the social media over time. It's like, again, connecting to the source, whatever you believe in.
Yeah.
Because when you're just here in the midst of whatever this is, I guess it's a marble table, the glass, when you're here, all you can see is what's in front of you. And then you feel everything that's happening. Right here, I feel comfortable, right? And, it's not like we know each other very well, but I'm like, she seems okay. And it's like a muscle like anything else. The more you work that muscle of like meeting and it's, as they say in scripture, discernment, you're gonna know. You can feel a murderer.
Yeah.
You can feel when someone's shady.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
You really can. And since I've started honoring it more, people like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm telling you, like my friend group met this person and right away, I was like, I don't like her. I'm not going to be around her. I'm not going to spend time with her. They're like, why? I was like, I have a bad feeling and I'm going to trust it. Y'all do whatever you want. Because they wanted us all to hang out together. And sure enough, backstabber, all the time she wanted to take your place. You know that song? But you have to have the confidence to stick to your all the time. She wanted to take my place. It wasn't my place. Okay. But anyway, you have to have that confidence too. Because sometimes when there's nothing that you can prove or explain, you're going to look it's gonna look strange,
Yeah.
and you just have to be okay with that. And I was like, I am 100% comfortable with y'all thinking that I'm whatever, because time will tell. And it certainly did. It took like a year, but luckily that nobody like treated me bad about it. But it did take a lot of courage, and it's something I wouldn't have been able to do in my 20s. I would have been like, okay, I'll hang with her, knowing that she's not a good person and I have a bad feeling. So I think it's really, really, really important to trust that. Okay, did you have any thoughts about that before
No.
close this out? Okay, so one last question and I'll close this out. Is that okay?
Yeah.
The whole goal of the show is defining success for ourselves. What does success mean to you? What does it look like?
Success is vision and execution. I think that's all that is. Vision and execution. It's being able to get to a quiet place, sit down, as I keep on saying, reflect after like being out in the world and having a minute and wandering and seeing things, you know. So sitting down, reflecting on all that, making a vision concrete, which I do through journaling, planning, praying, and then executing. Faith without works is dead. So it's like, that's all success is to me. Did I have a vision which is within my control, and did I submit anything that is not within my control out of that, right? Lean on a higher power, execute to the best of my ability, then voila, it's done. And so far, that has been successful to me. It's like, when I hone in on that, that is a success that's within my purview. Because if I put my success in a dollar amount, in a certain goal or ambition, a TV show, or all those things, it will never be enough, right? To put a button, I guess, I brought up SNL so many different times, hopefully not in a negative way, but like Lorne Michaels even said it, and that's why I really wanted to read that book, because it's like, this guy has made something out of nothing, which is something I enjoy doing. And doing it for a long time. I can't remember where he was and who he was speaking to specifically, where he talked about a moment of saying like, oh, he was talking to Seth, not Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill, when he hosted one of the times afterwards, where Lorne Michaels, an old man now at this point, says to him, like, you have to choose success outside of this, the Hollywood and all that stuff. You have to figure out what it is. And I think Lorne speaks to his children and all that stuff. At that point, your success has to rely on something better and bigger. Otherwise, none of this stuff will satiate you. None of it will feed you.
It's so crazy. I was on the couch one day, my uncomfortable couch for a short time, and I had you always hear like, that stuff's not going to make you happy. Like, whatever you think what you're going to get to is going to make you happy is not true. But for some reason, it's one of those cliches that I heard so much. And then it came to me like, because I was like, man, my career is not where I want it to be. I have goals this year. This year's almost over, blah, blah, blah. And I was like I was frustrated and I was confused. And I was like, gosh, should I keep doing this? And it just came to me like, it doesn't matter if you get it or not. It's not going to make you happy. It's not. And it just hit me in this way that it had never hit before. And I was like, what? And that was the same time I joined the movie group and the book group and all these, because I was like, let me open my world a little bit, because I've been chasing these things day and night. It's all I do. And I enjoy it and I love it. But doing it I feel called to do it, but I was doing it from a place of, okay, when I get there, I'm gonna be better. It's gonna fix me. No, baby girl, it's not. And that's what I was like, oh, and I felt free, because I was like, oh, well, now I don't have to consume myself and like drown myself in this thing that I'm chasing to make me happy. It's just not gonna happen. And it's so cliche. It's in like every Disney movie. Look, it was inside of you the whole time, but it's really true. And it really hit me in a different way. Then I came back to my work and I approached it in a different way. Like,
you feel free. You feel like, oh, I can do, nobody's really waiting for me. It's not like I have a studio or a producer. I get you. Yeah.
They're not.
They're not, but they are. It all happens at the same time, and like when it's supposed to happen, and even it allows you again to find presence and gratefulness in the little thing. Because to go back to the yellow wall thing I did, and I briefly talked about pornography and like struggles with that. It's like I was it was like the challenge was to do something every day, write it, rehearse it in front of the wall, and put it out there every day.
Wow.
For a good while, right? And there was one time I wrote about a joke in the way of the porn stuff, and I was like, Alex, if you put this one on, people are gonna see that and this and that. And I was like, sat down, prayed about it, put it, just set it and forget it. And I was like, all right, if this goes viral, people know. But isn't that what I wanted? Right? So I thought about that, and then it did well of all the posts, right? And then somebody reached out to me from undergrad and was like, thank you for talking about that, because people don't really like talk about that, and people felt seen. And I was like, oh, this is what the people that I love and the work that I enjoy did to me. So
yeah.
So, as I'm grateful for that little moment. And that's just the one person that said something. How many times do people see something and never say anything about that, and it just affects them? So
yeah, I like it. I'm processing everything. This is different, but I was when I was feeling down because my things. I went viral like months ago, and I've been a couple times, and I was chasing it, and I was getting like 200 views on everything, and I was like, I'm gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit because I'm not gonna quit again because I quit before, and I was just frustrated. And there was one comment from my old coworker from like 15 years ago, and he was like, your videos bring me so much joy. And I was like, okay, thank you. But it was all I needed. I was like, okay, somebody else feels this way too. Like even if it's only 200 people, like that's still a lot of people, but the internet makes you think that's not a lot of people. But I'm like, I forgot while I was doing this. Like I'm bringing joy, even if I brought joy to my friend from 15 years ago, yes, I won, thank you. So it was like a huge, I just needed that in that moment. And when people leave comments like that, they don't know what space you're in and how helpful that could be for you, We gotta just share our feelings, I don't know.
I think it all comes down to gratefulness, like in every moment, second, and that's what saved my life. And I think gratefulness for it all. And sometimes you will spin out and you get burnt out and think like you'll get caught up in the machine, the views. It's designed that way. So give yourself grace.
Right.
But then you got to take a minute, sit down, reflect, and then go back to your vision, and then you'll be grateful for the comment.
Yes. I really love pursuing the dreams and the goals, because somebody said, it's like a quote, I'm paraphrasing, it was like, it's not about getting to your goal or your dream, it's about who you become in the process. And who I've become is like, I'm like, ooh, I like her. I mean, yes, she needs to go to the therapy because fuck you, bitch, but like who she is now compared to who started, woo, like it's already a huge success, just becoming that person who you have to become to meet your goals or whatever. It's a beautiful thing. Everybody follow your dreams and you're gonna like yourself.
I appreciate that, because to go back to where you were like, I would be so upset if somebody asked me what I'm reading about in public. And I kind of had that moment, but like with that group of women who were just like interested in everything and all that I had going on, I was just like, oh man, I've been walking around lately and I'm like, this is different than it was 5-6 years ago. And like, I'm noticing the magnetism and the people, like, I'm like, oh, this is different. Like the things that I've been doing on the inside are coming and bearing fruit externally. And that has just been cool and a vibe too.
You're drawing people to you and you like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
It's cool because they're drawn to the light that I've been uncovering in myself. Right, the yellow glasses make me happy. But
I like them.
Yeah, but it comes from like me like sitting down and doing the work of like the yellow was just like, it was like I kept seeing it everywhere, and I was just like, okay, it's like self-expression, the self. And it's just like the yellow represented like me going through a period of just like all the jokes and things that I did in front of the wall were just like things about my culture, how I grew up, being in a Haitian immigrant household. I was just like, yeah, be funny, but at the same time, it has to come from a place of identifying myself.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. How do you feel
about this interaction?
Yes. Are you good?
I'm good. If you're good.
I'm good. Do you have anything else to say? Well, we'll do the plugs.
Yeah, I have nothing. We'll do the plugs after.
We'll about to do them now.
Okay. No, this has been great. I think people should, if you're watching this or if you somehow get to this, I don't know, people got so many things going on.
Yes.
Just like, hope you're having a good day. Hope the sun is shining on you. Hope you can feel your toes. Hope you can feel your heart beating. And your ears are working, so that's good. Be thankful for that. In this present moment right now, be thankful for your ears working.
You're saying that because you're going to dump these people in 3 months.
No.
You're you're doing with the girls? Is that what you used to do?
No, I mean
the
that.
ladies?
I mean that.
Is that what you used to do?
Is that what I used to do?
Hope you had, with the ones that had the 3-month expiration dates? Where you like, oh,
No.
I hope you have a good day. I hope you're happy.
No, I don't think it was that good. I genuinely mean that. Come
I
on.
believe it.
Don't bring me back to my old one. It's just like I knew what to say to get people and how, I don't know. It's just knowing how to be, you know how politicians know how to make you feel good?
Yes.
I knew how to do that, and I still know how to do that. But I use that for good.
You got to use your powers for good and
Yeah.
not evil.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
What's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I like Gemini. I swear, my aunt, my uncle, and one of my best friends, she's a Gemini from high school. So I don't know why Geminis get so much slack. They're intelligent. They are good conversationalists. I respect Geminis. And my ex is a Gemini who I love very much. So I don't know what the problem is. I'm not a Gemini, but I'm a Gemini stan. I love my auntie and my uncle.
Okay, cool.
Okay, thank you, Alex, for sharing your time with me and inspiring listeners to redefine success for themselves. You can find out more about Alex on...
justalexbruh.com.
Really?
Yeah. BRUH. justalexbruh.com.
The just is in there.
Yeah, just.
Okay.
Yeah, that's literally it. JUSTALEXBRUH.
Okay.
I got the whole website. That's where you'll see the next project that I'm working on. Is this plug time?
Yeah.
Okay. The next project that I'm working on, I did a series of interviews with local government workers and leaders, as well as like a community theater owner, in the style of The Daily Show, specifically for the city of Atlanta, called the BBL.
Okay.
You can follow at the BBL ATL or yeah, something like that. But if you go to the website, you'll find that stuff. So yeah.
And y'all know I always put the guest info in the show notes. So I'll make sure I put that in the show notes.
Yeah.
And thank you, listeners, for tuning in. Thank you so much. Again, I ask that you just subscribe, all the stuff. It's cliche. I don't want to say it. Anyway, and I asked the guests to say the tagline, which is, we'll show you our definition of success if you show us yours. It's long.
Yeah. Okay. Say it one more time, please.
We'll show you our definition of success
if you show us yours. And do we point to the camera like an infomercial?
It doesn't matter.
All right. 1, 2.
Am I saying it with you?
Yeah.
Oh.
1, 2, 3. We'll show you our definition of success if you show us yours.
That was probably the best one we've had.